All right, Tribe of Titans, we've got another member spotlight today. So we're going to have our guest go ahead and introduce himself. So go ahead and tell us your name, where you live right now, and where you're from, if that's anything different.
Absolutely. My name is Marc Weisi. I'm living in Virginia, the suburbs of Richmond, Virginia right now. I'm originally from New Jersey. I'll probably be making my way back up there as work calls me back in from my work from home hiatus here.
Yeah. Maybe they never will, maybe they'll go on the, telework forever plan. But anyway, Richmond, nice area. We've lived in Stafford. We've lived in, Northern Virginia a couple of times. So speaking of your work, what do you currently do for a living?
Yeah, I work in financial markets. So I'm a portfolio manager, helping high net worth individuals invest in municipal bonds, so city and state debt.
Mhm. Yeah, that's probably a really nice business to come into the syndication business from, because I'm guessing a lot of high net worth investors.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one, I guess, carryover is the ability that I have in my everyday to kind of talk about money management,
Mhm.
as well as the fact that kind of the underlying asset itself that we invest is basically cities and states. So we're looking at local economies and assessing which ones are the most creditworthy, and use a lot of those same skills when looking at target markets and so on.
That's a good point. I wouldn't have thought about that. When you're looking at municipal bonds, you got to look at credit worthiness of cities, and I guess that's a pretty good indicator of how things are going in the city in a lot of aspects.
For sure.
So, what is one unique thing about you?
One unique thing about me is I am a child of an immigrant.
Mhm.
That's to some people is unique.
Yep.
So my father came to this country in the 80s from the Middle East,
Mhm.
and is from specifically Iraq. So
Okay.
I am Kurdish ethnically.
Oh, hey, that's nice. I spent a little bit of time in Iraq, so I know there's don't want to go into politics, but there's a lot of push among the ethnic Kurds to create their own little country, because they're kind of spread between Iraq, Iran, and Turkey. No, it's Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. But anyway, so ethnic Kurd, you're probably the first ethnic Kurd I've met. So there we go.
Awesome.
Unique. We'll call that unique. All right. What's your real estate investing experience?
Yeah, so started investing in real estate in 2016. So just about 5 years ago, started off in residential and very quickly got the memo, as many of us do, that wasn't scalable, and
Mhm.
partnered with my current partner to start in originally small multifamily, and now obviously into larger multifamily syndications.
Yep. And for those listening, if you haven't checked out their case study, Marc and his partner Gonzalo did a case study with us where they went through their recent purchase in Louisville. If I remember right, 34 units, 30 something units,
32 units.
32 units. Yeah,
Yep.
plus or minus. So, all right. So here's a question that I think it's aimed at helping other people, helping people find the right people. So two questions, both from different angles. What skills do you have that other Tribe of Titans members can benefit from?
Absolutely. So coming from the financial world,
Mhm.
I think naturally I'm kind of predisposed to looking at financials and analysis there. So underwriting, as well as not just the deal, but the area itself. Like I mentioned
Mhm.
before, from looking at these different areas for my W-2, we look at a lot of the same metrics, population growth,
Yep.
labor growth, and diversification and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on a little tangent here. What areas do you like best right now, based off of what you know?
Yeah, I guess demographers call it the smile, or the
Mhm.
sometimes called the Sun Belt. So kind of starting from the Mid-Atlantic down
Mhm.
to Florida, and then kind of across the country, skipping over a couple of states that have a little bit weaker socioeconomic drivers, like Mississippi and
Mhm.
Louisiana, and then going all the way up to the Mountain West, like Colorado,
Mhm.
Idaho, your home state, and
Yep.
places like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I got two states that I claim as home states. I'm a Utahn by birth, but Idaho is where I live right now. And frankly, my dad, grandpa, great grandpa, four generations of Briscoes before me called Idaho home. So I guess I can be an Idahoan. All
There you
right.
go.
Last question. What do you need from other members of this network?
Yeah, one of our big focuses right now is, as with I'm sure many other syndicators, is looking at deals and having enough hands on deck, trying to find deals that pencil. So I would say if you're looking at anything in the Tennessee or Kentucky or North Carolina markets, definitely reach out. We'd love to talk shop with you.
All right. Hey, Marc, thanks for your time. And it was nice getting to know you a little better.
Thank you so much.